Hey everybody, it's Naya. Welcome back to Naya Reads and Smiles. Hello everybody. It is November and I've got my November book haul. We're just not even like, what do I have to say at this point? You know, I get books every month. I don't ever plan it, but they just appear. So we're gonna do a book haul today. For anyone who doesn't know, fall as well as summer, pretty much the start of any season, like the start of winter, fall, spring, is when a lot of new releases come out. Hence why publishers send out a ton of like unsolicited copies of books. So that's why I have a ton of books here, because a lot of these are like new books that just came out or will be coming out like early 2019. So yeah, that's just my little explanation, but I have 1, 2, 3 big boxes, two smaller ones, and then just some other books. Yeah, let's just get into this because we got a lot to get through. All right, so we're gonna start with the books, the only books out of all of these that I intended on purchasing. Book Outlet books. For anyone who doesn't know, I am a vlogger friend with Book Outlet, so I have a whole page on their website. I'll link it down below, so you can check out all of these books. Anyways, I picked up some books from there because I saw some books that I was like, I need these. 1, 2, 3, 4 books from them, so not too bad. First book that I picked up, which I am so excited for, and just looking at it scares me because I've been putting this book off for so long. I literally chose not to buy this book because I don't know about you guys, but when I read a really good series, like I put off the last book. Like that's what I'm currently doing with Kingdom of Ash right now. I'm just like putting it off because it's one of my favorite series, and I'm just, okay, we're getting off topic. The book I picked up was A Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab, one of my favorite authors. You all know this. V.E. Schwab is like top 10 favorite authors. This is the last book in the Darker Shade of Magic series, and it is huge. Like when I let me get a page count here. 600 pages, and oh my god, I think the last book was like 450 or something like that. But anyways, yeah, for anyone who doesn't know what the Darker Shade of Magic is about, it's about sort of this guy who can travel between parallel worlds, parallel Londons. There's magic in it, dark magic, which your girl loves some dark magic. Anyways, yeah, it's fantastic. Last month, if you guys remember, I read I think like 2 V.E. Schwab books, and I miss her writing, and so I finally was like, you know what, I've been putting off this for too long. Okay, the second book I picked up because Netflix dropped the trailer for this new series that they're producing based off this book right here, Dumplin' by Julie Murphy. I have been this has been on my list of books I wanted to read again forever. I actually met Julie Murphy back in like 2015 or 2016, I don't know, and it was really awkward because I didn't read her book, and she's like, did you enjoy the book? And I'm like, I probably will. Ooh. Yeah, Dumplin', if you guys haven't seen the trailer, literally the trailer inspired me to order the book. This book follows our main character, who she is a plus size girl, and she's always been really confident, which I'm really happy that we get books now where it's like we have characters like this who are confident in who they are, because a lot of times it's like the one friend who's like kind of shy in the background, and she's entering like a beauty pageant, I think, and her mom was like a beauty pageant queen. I'm also going based off the synopsis and the trailer of the TV show. I'm excited to finally dive into it, and it's not too long either. All right, another book that I picked up because of a movie / TV trailer, A Simple Favor by Darcy Bell. Now I believe this is an adult novel, not young adult. This was recently adapted to a movie, which I believe is out already, and basically it is about a girl, or like a woman, who becomes best friends with this other woman. This other woman that she becomes best friends with kind of has like the perfect life, the perfect career, perfect house, like everything in her life just seems perfect, until one day she goes to pick up her friend's son, and she comes back and the woman is gone. Like she disappeared out of nowhere, and it's about this woman kind of piecing together to figure out where she went and finding out all these secrets about her life, that it wasn't perfect. But the trailer looked so good once again, and I was like, I need to read this book. And my friend Sarah, if you guys remember, she listened to the audiobook of this and she's like, Naya, it's amazing, you need to pick it up right now. The last book I picked up is by an author who I haven't read one of her books. Gosh, it hasn't been like almost 5 years since I last read one of her books, which is too long. Rooms by Lauren Oliver. Now this book is a creepy ghost sort of story, and it has to do with a bunch of these kids coming back home after a family member dies to collect their like inheritance, only to realize that the house, or like the mansion that they're going to, is haunted by like 2 ghosts. I love anything spooky like that. That is all of the Book Outlet books. Now we're gonna open this like weird looking shaped one, but I received this box and it says Sanity and Tallulah on it. Yeah, I was sent this unsolicited. Oh, hey, there's stuff in here. It sounds like there's rocks in here, but I've had this box for like 3 weeks now, and I guess this was cotton candy, but it's been in here for so long that it's kind of just like, it's kind of just turned to rocks. Another box, and I'm hoping there's a mug in here. This bad boy. It's kind of stuck. Oh, cool. Okay, so it is a mug. Oh my God. Okay, wait, let me take this out. It looks like a beaker, like a science beaker, but it's a mug. It says Sanity and Tallulah, best friends, mad science. So I'm guessing whatever book's in here is about like 2 friends that are really into science. Next thing in here is slime. Sorry, it's kind of dusty. Slime, pretty cool. Little thing of candy, I'm guessing, like Nerds or some sort of something, I don't know, but it's really cute and you can just, okay, I'm sorry. So finally at the very bottom is the book, and I'm trying to get it out, but it's kind of stuck. Okay, so this is actually a graphic novel, not a book. I don't know if you guys can see that, if it's gonna focus. Sorry, there's so much dust in here. This is kind of like a space graphic novel, so it follows 2 girls living like in a space station. Next box I got is from Simon Teen, and it says hashtag shelf queens on it. So it seems like all of these books have like pretty like badass female protagonists. So yeah, thanks Simon Teen. So the first book in here is Girls with Sharp Sticks. Why is this me when I was like 8? Oh, this book is by Suzanne Young. Okay, she wrote, what was that series called? The white one with the yellow, The Program. Based on the synopsis, this sounds like a suspense sort of thriller book, and it takes place at an academy or like a boarding school sort of thing. It follows our main characters who go to an all-girls innovation academy, which I guess is like a pretty prestigious academy. But of course, like all schools, this one has its secrets, and the girls there aren't as good and perfect and proper as it may seem. It says here that this book confronts some of today's most pressing ethical questions, which sounds really interesting. The second book in here is absolutely huge, but the cover is so cool. It says Sky Without Stars, System Divine Book 1 by Jessica Brody and Joanne Rendell. So it's like a co-authored book. A thief, an officer, a guardian, all from different backgrounds but sharing the same destiny. But this is another sort of intergalactic book, and it has to do with people living on different planets. There's like a revolution happening, and the synopsis doesn't tell me too much, but it sounds pretty cool. I love anything that has to do with like new planets, space. The next book in here is The Cold is in Her Bones by Peter Nell Van Arstel. This book sounds really interesting. So it has to do with our main character. She's this girl who lives on a farm. She lives like a really simple life until one day this new girl kind of shows up at her doorstep. This girl is from a different village than she's from, and basically tells her that there's a demon in her village, and that the demon like possesses different girls and is trying to possess this girl that's seeking shelter. Kind of sounds like a movie. I'm trying to figure out what movie, but yeah, it has to do with like possession and I don't know. Anyways, it sounds really interesting, kind of spooky, but it seems like a really short, just like spooky demonic book. The next book in here is Crown of Feathers by Nikki Pau Preto, and this is an advanced reader's copy, and it says this one comes out February of next year. This one here is a fantasy book, and it sounds really cool. The back here says, in a world ruled by fierce warrior queens, a grand empire was built upon the backs of phoenix riders, legendary heroes who soared through the sky on wings of fire until war between 2 sisters ripped it all apart. A fantasy world where, if you can see, people like ride fiery phoenixes, which is really cool. The very last book in here is Slayer from the world of Buffy the Oh, wait a second. Okay, so this is a book taking place in the same world as Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It says here that this book follows 2 girls who are like twin sisters going to this academy where they're trained to like slay vampires. Kiersten White is actually the author that wrote the And I Darken series, which is really cool. A new vampire book. A book that I just got yesterday, which I believe this is a middle grade book, and it looks so cute. Blended. Oh, I don't know if it's gonna pick up the light. This is a middle grade book about a girl who is biracial and just like her experience growing up biracial. Okay, last 2 packages that I have here. This first one is from Tor, and I know what book this is because I requested it and I didn't think they were gonna send it to me, but they did. So thank you to everyone at Tor who knows how much I love this author and how like, oh, this is like probably one of my most highly anticipated books for 2019. It comes out in May, I think, but I got a copy and I'm just like, ugh. Sheena McGuire, she wrote the Wayward Children series, which is like one of my favorite series of all time. I love her books, and she has this new book coming out, which is not only my favorite genre, but also just the whole plot of the book and the fact that she's writing it and it's dark and just, okay, what is this book now? Middle Game by Sheena McGuire, and can we take a second to just appreciate how creepy the cover is? I really hope they keep this cover. Like I said, this is an arc, so I don't know if this is gonna be like the final cover of the book, but if it is, I would be so happy. This is a standalone novel, and honestly one of the biggest novels she's written. For anyone who hasn't read the Wayward Children series, they're super short. The books are like 150 pages max, I think. This book here is close to 500 pages, so a huge like page amount jump. A dark fantasy slash dark contemporary slash science fiction. I'm just reading all the little things they have here on the back, but basically in summary it follows 3 different characters who are all like gifted, like they're these children with like weird gifted abilities, and it says here they're not exactly human, not entirely God, not yet. So it sounds like they're gonna try and use whatever gift they have to become gods or something like it. It just sounds really creepy, like most of Sheena McGuire's books. They're really hard to describe, and I feel like the synopsis just doesn't ever do them justice. So I have a feeling it's gonna be so much more than like what the little itty bitty synopsis back here is describing it. But it says, in this new standalone novel and her most epic outing yet, Sheena McGuire delivers an intricate narrative about gifted children that glows with her unmistakable voice. And I'm just so excited to read it because this book has been, for other people who have read it and received an arc already, they said it's probably better than the Wayward Children series, and I just don't know how that's even possible, but I'm excited. And it's a standalone novel, and this is probably what I'm gonna be reading next. I might read this book for the Fall Into Fantasy Readathon, which starts on the 18th when you're watching this, so you still have time to join. Thank you so much to everyone at Tor. I'm so excited. Like, Sheena McGuire has yet to disappoint me, so I'm really looking forward to reading this. And the last book that I received, which I have already read, and if you're watching this, either the video before or after this one will be like talking about this book, but it is by my favorite author ever in the whole world, Tahereh Mafi. She released her very first standalone contemporary book, and well, is it romance? A little bit romance as well. Her first contemporary books, and it was so beautiful, and I'm not going to talk about it too much because I'm going to be filming a wrap-up right after this one, but it is a very large expanse of sea. For anyone who doesn't know, Tahereh Mafi wrote the Shatter Me series, or the Juliet Chronicles, I guess you could say, as well as Furthermore, or the Farthermore middle grade series. But yeah, this is her newest book, and the cover is so beautiful and perfect. And now that I finished the book, like, I know why it's called A Very Large Expanse of Sea, and the title is just so perfect. Okay, I'm not gonna fangirl. Basically, this book follows a 16-year-old Muslim girl living post 9/11, so like a week after 9/11 happens. This just follows her life in school and how like perceptions or people's perceptions of her completely changed after the terrorist attack. And also, like I said, it is a bit of a romance book, and the way Tahereh Mafi is able to make the book both heavy but also lighthearted at the same time. It's just, okay, I'm like going into a review of the book right now, but stay tuned for my wrap up. But yeah, this book was fantastic, and thank you so much to, I think it was Epic Reads or HarperCollins who sent this to me, so thank you for that. All right, we got through all of the books. Thank you guys so much for watching. That is all the books I have to share with you today. Until next time, keep reading, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.